I'm planning to concentrate on the faith shown by three men from the Bible and what we can learn from it. So I've taken a very simple story from the Old Testament, the book of Daniel, which most of us are familiar with. We probably grew up, in Sunday school listening to the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were thrown into the fire for disobeying the king, and what happened to that. Okay, so this is there in the book of Daniel, chapter 3. Um, okay, so this is a story about three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the challenge that they faced in life and how they still kept their faith in death. So the story that we're going to learn is um, about how they were about to be thrown into the fire for disobeying the king. So I'll give you a very shortened version of the story because Daniel chapter 3 is like a long read. So Nebuchadnezzar was the king who was ruling during that time. And what happened is he made a huge image um, with gold, and he asked the entire nation to worship that image. So he said people of all nation and all languages are supposed to worship that image, and whoever does not fall and worship will be thrown into the fire. That was a punishment that was issued, and this was kind of this was like a decree that was sent across the nation. And what happened is there were three young men, Jewish men by the name Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these were Israelites, and they were living under the Babylonian regime that time. And they believed in the one true living God, and they refused to worship the idol that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. So what happened is we're talking about olden times, right? So the king got really angry, and when he knew about this, that is when he knew that these three men were not ready to worship the idol that he had set up, the king got really angry, and the king called and questioned them. So I don't want to go into the later part of the story because I just want to concentrate on this one. So if you turn to the Bible, Daniel chapter 3 verses 17 and 18, it talks about the response that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego gave to the king when they were questioned by the king. So I'll go ahead and read those verses for you because that's where I want to meditate today's study. Daniel chapter 3 verse 17. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us from your hand, O king. And verse 18, but if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up. So this is the response that these three men actually gave to the king. Okay? So I just want to divide this into just two sections, and I just want to leave everybody with just two thoughts for the evening. Okay, so first is concentrating around verse 17. So verse 17, what we see is their undoubted faith on God. So the first verse 17 talks about how they believed that the one true living God whom they believed in, the God whom they worship, God can and God will be able to deliver them from whatever they were facing. So you have to remember that this is olden times, and these were young men, and they were about to be thrown into the fire for their disobedience to the king. But still, at that point, when they were about to be thrown into the fire, this is their response that they give, that we believe that our God can deliver us. So they show a never doubted faith, and a faith in the power of God. They believe that the God who is the creator of the entire universe can deliver them from the current situation. So the faith they probably had probably came from the stories of creation, because they believe that God created the entire universe and the human beings. So, this God who created everything should be able to deliver them from the situation. And they probably had a knowledge about the God in history, just like how we read about Daniel and other stories, and the other things that we study in the Bible. They also believed, that's probably where their faith stemmed from. And probably they also had some personal experiences in their life with which, or because of which, they were able to boldly proclaim to the king that, they believed that their God, our God can, and our God will be able to deliver. So one thing that I want to reflect, want all of us to take back today is like, remember that whatever situation we are in, remember that our God can deliver us from that current situation. Our God is able, He is the creator of the entire universe, and He can deliver us. So that's the first thought that I want to leave all of you with. The second thought is from verse 18. Okay, so verse 18, it starts with, "But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the gold image which you have set up." So the second part I feel is like, like the step 2 of faith, wherein they say that even if, they were to be thrown into the fire, even if God is not going to come down and rescue them at that moment, they believed in a mightier plan that God had. And they were very deep rooted in their faith, that they were not ready to worship any other gods. Means they had like a commitment to God. So they said, "But if not," and then they filled it with their sentence, like, "But if not, let it be known to you that we do not serve your gods." So what does "but if not" means? It means that even if it doesn't, is what it means. But if not means even if it doesn't. So uh, so they did not believe that like their situation will turn favorable, or the king will turn favorable to them. But they believed that even if all these things are not going to turn favorable to them, they were ready to believe in a mightier plan that God had for them. So always remember that his plan, that is God's plans, are not our plans, and his ways are greater than ours. So when we exercise faith, when we have to understand that the Lord is shaping us. Now, just a little bit deeper into this, there are two types of faith that most of us exercise. There is like the if faith, and there is a but if not faith. So I'll go into this. The first part, if faith, is like, most of us have this, right? Like, if everything goes well, then I'll have faith in God. Like, even I do that, like, most of the time. Like, I also, like, sometimes believe that, if life is hopeful, prosperous, and happy, or if I don't have any problems in my life, then I will have faith in God. So that is one category of faith we have. There is another category of faith, which is like, but if not, which is like, though things don't go the way I want to, I'm still going to go believe in God. I'm still going to go have faith anyway. So faith is like one step advanced to the first part that we learned. It is beyond the acknowledgement that God lives. Faith is total trust in Him with His plans and His timing. So we do not know the plans that God has for us. Um, and in this case, like these three men were ready to trust in God's plans. So in the Bible, there is another person, like Job, who also believed in God's plans. Like, even when his wife and when his friends, everybody asked him to curse God and go die, he still believed in God. So things were not going according to like his plans, or it was not going really favorable. But still he wanted, but still his faith was deeper, and he wanted to go ahead and trust God. And this, I feel, is the essence of a Christian life: to believe in God's higher plans, and to believe in His timing and His ways. So we always tend to bargain with God, right? Like if you let me avoid pain, if you don't allow any suffering to come, then I will have faith in God. If you give me this, I will have faith in God. Like remember about if you think about all the worldly relationships we have, right? Like for example, friendships or love or marriage. In none of these worldly relationships we have a if faith. We we have to choose a but if not faith. That is, even if they are not going to be like even if life is not a bed of roses, or even if our friend is probably sometimes is bad to us, we still tend to be friends with them. We still love our partners. So that's how we that's the what to say, like the amount of faith that we show in a worldly relationship. And we have to start showing the same kind of relationship with God, wherein we start trusting him with his plans. Um, so in this story, actually, we see a miracle happening. Um, so we see that the God whom they believed actually came down, and they came out of the fire unhurt. So if you can go back and read Daniel chapter 3, the whole of the chapter, you'll see that they were they were thrown into the fire, but nothing happened to them. But there is another one thing that we read in the Daniel chapter 3. We see the king saying later on, we put three in there, but now we see four. So there was a fourth person in the fire. So always remember that when we go through bad situations, don't ever think that you are by yourself. Whatever the situation we are in, remember that we are not by ourselves. So let us not lean on our own understanding, and let us always remember that we have a God, a mightier God with us, and learn to surrender our will to the will of Jesus and trust him and his timings. Especially in this pandemic situation like that we are all going through. I know probably the situation is not favorable for most of us. Sometimes it might be financial trouble, sometimes academically we're having issues, sometimes economically we're having issues. Like there are so many things that so many ways that life is not taking turns that we planned for. But remember that God is always there with us, and let us learn to trust God with let us learn to trust God with the unknowns, and let us believe that He has a better plan for us, and let us not lean on our own understanding. Yeah, that's all I have.